Hello Swatantra TV viewers. I am Mahima, welcoming you to our English bulletin with latest news, updates and analysis. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday accused Congress leader Rahul Gandhi of insulting India's Rajas and Maharajas, but remaining silent on the atrocities committed by Nawabs, Nizams, Sultans and Badshahs for the sake of appeasement politics. He also continued his attack against the Congress on the inheritance tax issue and targeted the party's government in Karnataka on law and order issue. The BJP is working on increasing the assets of the people, but Congress Prince Rahul Gandhi and his sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra both are announcing that if they come to power, they will do the X-ray of the country, Modi said. They will X-ray people's property, bank lockers, lands, vehicles, and gold ornaments of women. These people will raid every house and capture people's assets. After capturing, they are talking about redistributing it, they wanted to give it to their loved vote bank. He asked. Recalling the contribution of the erstwhile Masoor royal family for which they are respected across the country even today, he said, but the Rahul Gandhi's statements were intentional, aimed at vote bank politics and appeasement.
यही वही कांग्रेस के जो है जिसने वोट के लिए पीएफआई जो आतंकवाद को पनाह देने वाला देश विरोधी संगठन जिस पर मोदी सरकार ने प्रतिबंध लगा दिया है, ऐसे पीएफआई आतंकी संगठन का चुनाव में मदद करने के लिए, उनकी मदद लेने के लिए, वायनाड में एक सीट जीतने के लिए आप उसको सरेंडर कर रहे हो, उनके कारनामों का बचाव कर रहे हो। लेकिन भाजपा सरकार ने देश और समाज विरोधी पीएफआई को बंद किया है, उससे बड़े बड़े खैरखा जेलों में सड़ रहे हैं। भाइयों साथियों, कांग्रेस ने हमारे इतिहास को, हमारी आजादी की लड़ाई को भी वोट बैंक के नजरिए से, तुष्टीकरण के नजरिए से ही लिखवाया है। और आज भी ये कांग्रेस के शहजादे उसी पाप को आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं।
Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Sunday alleged that while Prime Minister Narendra Modi runs a government for billionaires from Delhi, Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik leads a dispensation that works for select people in Odisha. Addressing an election rally in Cuttack Salipur, Gandhi claimed that though the BJD and BJP were fighting the electoral battle against each other, in reality, they were working together. Call it a partnership or marriage, both BJD and BJP are together, he claimed. 9 lakh rupees crore was looted through the mining scam. 20,000 crore rupees was looted through land grabs. The plantation scam was of 15,000 crore. As soon as the Congress government is formed here and in Delhi, we will start giving you back your money, he said. Gandhi said that if Congress formed the government in Odisha, it would provide 2,000 rupees per month to women, 3,000 rupees per month to unemployed youths, 200 units of free electricity and LPG at 500 rupees per cylinder. He alleged that BJP refers to Tiawan BILS as Banabasi or forest dwellers instead of Adivasi or indigenous people. He said that if Congress returns to power, it will waive farm loans. Whenever there is a need, Congress will waive crop loans, he said.
जैसे नरेंद्र मोदी ने 22-25 लोगों की अरबपतियों की सरकार वहां चलाई, वैसे ही यहां अमित शाह, नरेंद्र मोदी, नवीन पटनायक, मतलब PAAN, और आपका पूरा का पूरा धन इन लोगों ने चोरी किया है। माइनिंग स्कैम, जो आपका धन था, 9 लाख करोड़ रुपए आपसे चोरी किए। लैंड ग्रैब, किसानों की जमीन ली, 20,000 करोड़ रुपए आपके वहां गायब हुए। प्लांटेशन स्कैम 15,000 करोड़ रुपए आपके वहां चोरी किए। ये मैं आपको नंबर दे रहा हूं। ये नंबर इसलिए दे रहा हूं कि जैसे ही यहां कांग्रेस पार्टी की सरकार आएगी और दिल्ली में हमारी सरकार आएगी तो हम ये जो पैसा इन्होंने आपसे लूटा है वो आपको वापस देना शुरू कर देंगे।
YSRCP Chief and Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy on Sunday cautioned the people against trusting TDP Chief N. Chandrababu Naidu. It is like walking into lion's den, he asserted. Naidu is coming back with his lies and fake promises. The YSRCP has fulfilled the manifesto promises by treating it as a holy book. It will be etched in history that Jagan has pressed the direct benefit transfer button 130 times, disbursing over 2.70 lakh rupees crore directly into the accounts of beneficiaries, said Jagan Mohan Reddy. He was referring to the proposed schemes of the TDP, including providing free bus travel for women, 3 free cooking gas cylinders to every household per year, 15,000 rupees to every school-going child per annum, and 20,000 rupees annual financial assistance to every farmer. Naidu has been making false promises only to take the people for a ride, the chief minister cautioned the people. He was speaking at Tadipatri in Anantapur district during a huge public meeting on the first day of his 4-day election campaign tour across the state. The chief minister underscored that the forthcoming elections to the 175 state assembly seats and the 25 Lok Sabha seats, being held simultaneously on 13th May, are not just to elect MPs and MLAs but to continue welfare schemes that will change the lives of the poor in the next 5 years. He assured the people that all the existing schemes will continue if YSRCP is voted back to power and warned that they will get discontinued if TDP, a constituent of the NDA, captures power. Reddy said that over 2.31 lakh government jobs were provided during the YSRCP government. He also noted that doorstep delivery of services were offered with the help of volunteers and secretariat systems.
నువ్వేమంటా ఉన్నావు చంద్రబాబు? నువ్వేమంటా ఉన్నావు చంద్రబాబు? నేను పెట్టినా అంటే మీ జగన్ పెట్టినా ఈ వాలంటీర్లు ఈ సచివాలయాల వ్యవస్థను కొనసాగిస్తాను అని అంటావే తప్ప వాలంటీర్లకు నువ్వు జీతం పెంచుతాను అని అంటావే తప్ప నీ హయాంలో నువ్వు పెట్టుకున్న నీ జన్మభూమి కమిటీలను నువ్వు తీసుకొస్తాను అని చెప్పే ధైర్యం నీకు ఎక్కడ ఉంది చంద్రబాబు అని అడుగుతా ఉన్నాను.
YSRCP State General Secretary Sajjala Ramakrishna Reddy said that their manifesto clearly showed what the next government would do to the people and it did not to give false promises. Addressing a media conference at the YSRCP Central Office in Tadipalli on Sunday, Ramakrishna Reddy said that the YSRCP would cheat the people like TDP Chief N. Chandrababu Naidu. He said that during 2014 to 19, Naidu showed his true color and had done all what he can do. Naidu is a man who provokes and incites hatred in the society. During a public meeting, Naidu told the party cadre to pelt stones on Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy. Ramakrishna Reddy said that the manifesto is a bond between the beneficiaries and the government, which means credibility.
ఆయన 14కు ముందు చేసిన హామీలు మేనిఫెస్టో పేరుతో 600కు పైగా హామీలు ఇచ్చి 10 నిమిషాల్లో దాన్ని వెబ్సైట్లో నుంచి తీసేసిన వ్యక్తి. దాంతో ఆగకుండా ఆ రోజు ఎవరితో అయితే పొత్తు పెట్టుకున్నాడో ఈరోజు ఎవరితో అయితే పెట్టుకున్నాడో వాళ్ళతో ఆ రోజు పెట్టుకొని బీజేపీ ఇదే జనసేనతో పెట్టుకొని ఆ రోజు రాష్ట్రం అంతా ఎడాపెడా తిరిగి ఆ ముగ్గురు ఫోటోలు కూడా పెట్టుకొని వాళ్ళ తరఫున కూడా అందులో ముఖ్యమైన పాయింట్స్ అంటూ హామీలు ఇచ్చాడు. అందులో ఒక్కటంటే ఒక్కటి కూడా అమలు చేయలేదు. దీనికి రాష్ట్ర ప్రజలందరూ సాక్ష్యం. ఆయన కూడా కాదనలేడు, ఎందుకంటే అది అమలు చేస్తే బడ్జెట్ రాష్ట్ర ఖజానా నుంచే కదా పోవాల్సింది అమౌంట్. 87,000 కోట్ల పైగా ఉండే రుణమాఫీ ఆఖరుకు ఆయన చేసింది హార్డ్లీ 13 నుంచి 15,000 కోట్ల మధ్య. సబ్సిడీ సిలిండర్ మీద సబ్సిడీ 100 రూపాయలు సంవత్సరానికి 12 అన్నాడు, అసలు లేదు. నిరుద్యోగ భృతి ఉద్యోగం వచ్చేంత 2,000 అన్నాడు, లేదు. ఇంటి స్థలం 3 సెంట్లు అన్నాడు, రాలా. ఇవన్నీ అందరికి తెలిసినవి. దీని కాక ఆయన 14-19 మధ్య ఏమేమి అరాచకాలు జరిగాయి, దాని దుష్ఫలితాలు ఎట్లున్నాయనేది కూడా అందరూ గమనించారు, ఎవరు మర్చిపోలేదు.
In a setback to the Congress ahead of the Lok Sabha polls, senior leader Arvinder Singh Lovely has resigned as the party's Delhi unit chief, citing the alliance with the AAP as one of the reasons. He said the Delhi Congress unit was against the alliance but the party high command went ahead with it. In his resignation letter sent to Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge on Saturday, Lovely also said that he found himself handicapped as all unanimous decisions taken by senior Delhi unit leaders have been unilaterally vetoed by AICC Delhi in charge Deepak Babria. This comes days after former Delhi minister and AICC member Rajkumar Chauhan resigned from the party following an altercation with Babria. Reacting to the development, the Delhi BJP on Sunday said this explosion was set in motion when the Congress started naming candidates for the Lok Sabha elections, while the AAP said this is an internal matter of the Congress. He sent a letter to Kharge in this regard. A minister in the Sheila Dikshit government, Lovely was appointed as the Delhi Congress chief in August last year.
कि और जो कांग्रेस का कार्यकर्ता दिल से महसूस करता है, उस पीड़ा को मेंशन करते हुए मैंने जो है अपना इस्तीफा भेजा है और मैंने अध्यक्ष पद से इस्तीफा भेजा है. तो मैं इतना ही केवल आपको कहना चाहूंगा और मैं तमाम कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ताओं का दिल की गहराइयों से धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं, जो आज सुबह से तकरीबन 30 से 35 हमारे एक्स एमएलएस आज मुझे मिलके गए हैं. बड़ी तादाद में इंडिविजुअल अलग अलग एरियाज के कार्यकर्ता मिलके गए हैं.
The Congress and Aam Aadmi Party are spreading lies about the BJP wanting to change the constitution and scrapping reservations, Union Minister Amit Shah said during the Lok Sabha poll campaign in Gujarat on Saturday. Shah addressed 3 rallies in Porbandar, Bharuch and Godhra and took out a road show in Vadodara. The Congress and AAP are spreading rumours that the BJP will change the constitution and scrap reservations after it wins 400 Lok Sabha seats, he said, adding the grand old party is an expert and the Arvind Kejriwal party a chieftain in spreading lies. These two liars have come together in Bharuch, Shah said, and pointed out that the Narendra Modi government has been in power for the past 10 years with a clear majority and could have changed the constitution if it had any intention to do so. The Congress and AAP are spreading lies that the proposed Uniform Civil Code will take away the fundamental rights of T-R-1 BILS, Shah further claimed. He claimed to have seen the UCC bill, and it says UCC does not apply to the T-R-1 BILS. The Congress and AAP are spreading lies. He said people must not make the mistake of voting for urban Naxals and asserted that the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party were anti-T-R-1 BILS.
આમ તો મનસુખભાઈના ત્યાં કોઈ સભા કરવાની જરૂર નથી. તમારો સાંસદ મનસુખભાઈ એવું ભૂત છે કે જે એકે ગામમાં ના ગયું એવું બને જ નહીં. મનસુખભાઈનો પ્રચાર અગર કોઈ સારામાં સારો કરી શકે તો મનસુખભાઈ પોતે જ કરી શકે. હું તો અહીંયા પ્રભારી હતો, નાનામાં નાની વાત માટે ઝઘડો કરી દે, ગાર કાઢી લે, પણ વાત ભરૂચના મતદાતાની હોય, પોતાની ના હોય.
Attacking the ruling Congress and BJP for allegedly not implementing their promises to the people, former Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao on Saturday said his party BRS should be made victorious in the Lok Sabha polls to fight on behalf of the people. Addressing a roadshow at Difference Place, he alleged that Congress came to power in the state by making deceptive promises and spreading false information. He asked whether the promises of Congress like Raitu Bandhu investment support scheme for farmers, rupees 2 lakh farm loan waiver, two-wheelers for girls and 500 rupees bonus on MSP have been implemented, to which the gathering replied in the negative. The BRS government headed by him had ensured 24/7 power supply, while electricity supply has been erratic under the present Congress regime, he said. He claimed that about 225 farmers have died since the Congress came to power. Rao, also known as KCR, said he needs people's strength to make the Congress government implement all the promises. The BJP government at the centre increased the fuel prices since the Modi government assumed office. The BJP-led NDA government has not sanctioned any medical colleges and Navodaya schools to the state, though he had made requests to the centre during his tenure as chief minister, he said.
మొన్న అడ్డగోలు హామీలు ఇచ్చి దుష్ప్రచారాలు చేసి వాళ్ళ నోటికొచ్చిన మాటలు చెప్పి కేవలం 1.5% ఓట్లతోని కాంగ్రెస్ అధికారంలోకి వచ్చింది. ఎన్ని మాటలు చెప్పినారు? రైతు బంధు అందరికి వచ్చిందా? రాలేదా? అందరికి రాలే. అయా ముఖ్యమంత్రి, ఇది ప్రజల భాష, నేను ప్రజల మధ్య నిల్చొని మాట్లాడుతా ఉన్నా. రాలేదా రైతు బంధు? ప్రతి ఆడపిల్లకు 2,500 వచ్చినాయా? 2 లక్షల రుణమాఫీ అయిందా? కళ్యాణ లక్ష్మి తులం బంగారం వచ్చిందా? ఆడపిల్లలకు స్కూటీలు వచ్చినాయా? వరికి 500 బోనస్ వచ్చిందా? అది బోగసే అయిందా?
Elon Musk makes surprise visit to Beijing, meets Premier Li Qiang on a surprise visit to Beijing amid speculation that he may unveil Tesla's autonomous driving technology in the burgeoning electric vehicle market in China. Billionaire Elon Musk on Sunday met Chinese Premier Li Qiang and discussed future expansion plans for his automobile. Li told Musk that China's huge market will always be open to foreign-funded enterprises. China will work hard on expanding market access and improving services to provide foreign-funded enterprises with a better business environment and stronger support so that companies from all countries can invest in China with peace of mind, he said. Noting Tesla's development in China can be called a successful example of China's economic cooperation, Li said facts have proven that equal cooperation and mutual benefit are in the best interests of the two countries. Musk said Tesla's Shanghai Gigafactory is Tesla's best-performing factory and expressed his willingness to deepen cooperation with China to achieve more win-win results, official media reported. The SpaceX and Tesla chief traveled to China at the invitation of the China Council for the Promotion of International Trade, meeting with CCPIT President Ren Hongbin to discuss further cooperation with the country, official broadcaster CTGN reported. Andhra Pradesh Chief Electoral Officer Mukesh Kumar Meena on Saturday said that a total of 503 nominations for 25 Lok Sabha seats and 2705 papers for 175 assembly segments in the state have been accepted after scrutiny for 13th May polls. Of the 686 nominations received for the general elections, 183 were rejected, he said. As many as 939 nominations out of 3,644 papers received for assembly elections were also rejected following scrutiny, he added. For parliament constituencies, Nandyala Lok Sabha segment saw the highest number of accepted nominations at 36 after scrutiny, while Rajmundry saw the lowest number at 12, said Meena in a release. Tirupati emerged as the assembly constituency which witnessed the highest number of accepted nominations after scrutiny at 48 and Chodavaram the lowest at 6. The Election Commission scrutinized the nominations on Friday, which were received between April 18th and 25th. 29th April is the last date for withdrawal of nominations. The simultaneous elections for the Assembly and Lok Sabha in Andhra Pradesh will be held on 13th May. The results of the entire nation's votes will be put out on 4th June. Army of 4.5K YSRCP social media warriors spares no effort to reach voters. Backed by a strong army of 4,500 social media volunteers, the ruling YSR Congress party leaves no stone unturned in disseminating information regarding the state government's welfare programs and swiftly issues fact-check messages to counter misinformation round the clock. The YS Jagan Mohan Reddy-led party is keen on retaining power in the state and also put up a good show in the Lok Sabha polls. Parliamentary elections and assembly polls are scheduled to be held simultaneously in the southern state on 13th May. The mission is aimed at ensuring accurate information reaches every voter in the state while effectively thwarting the opposition's malicious campaigns across mainstream and social media platforms. It is highlighted that in addition to the party's official social media channels across multiple platforms, individuals ranging from those with modest following to those commanding nearly 1 million followers actively participate in sharing information about the party's initiatives and offering insightful analysis of current events. The party's WhatsApp groups, spreading from local villages to international communities, boast active membership totaling over 1 million. Their primary objective is to ensure that Chief Minister messages resonate across the globe while adeptly highlighting the shortcomings of the opposition. Equity markets are impacted more by the expectations of future monetary policy than the policy rate surprises on the day of announcement of the policy by the Reserve Bank, said an analysis. According to a working paper prepared by RBI officials, the regulatory and development measures which are announced along with the monetary policy to impact the stock markets. Equity markets are affected more by the changes in the market's expectations of future monetary policy than the policy rate surprise, which is in agreement with the conventional thinking that equity markets are forward-looking, the paper said. The volatility in equity markets on the day of policy announcement, it said, is affected by both target and path factors, as markets digest the policy announcements and traders adjust their portfolios throughout the day. The paper analyzes the impact of monetary policy announcements on the returns and volatility in the BSE Sensex. While the short duration windows are aimed at controlling for other potential drivers of equity prices, it may be noted that the monetary policy announcements are accompanied by regulatory and developmental measures which can also impact markets, the paper said. The sparse trading on occasion in the overnight indexed swap markets as well as other domestic and global developments during the narrow window can also impact the analysis, it added. Actor Samantha Ruth Prabhu on Sunday announced her new Telugu film titled Bangaram on the occasion of her 37th birthday. The update comes months after the family man to star said she will return to work after a 7-month hiatus following her myositis diagnosis in 2022. Bangaram means gold also marks her production debut under her banner, Tralala Moving Pictures. Samantha shared the title announcement teaser of the upcoming film on her Instagram page. According to a press release, Bangaram is expected to be released in 2025. The actor's last big screen release was Kushi. Next up for Samantha is the Prime Video series, Citadel, Honey Bunny opposite Varun Dhawan. Thank you for watching Swatantra TV English Bulletin. For a complete and comprehensive English news bulletin, please do watch Swatantra TV. This is Mahima, signing off. Keep watching Swatantra TV.